有苦自己知。成日話的士司機揾幾多萬、2萬、3萬，喺架車食飯嘅啫，1萬零蚊佢又有，成日鳩噏，搞撚到咁撚多人入行，而家都未夠車租啊！邊個幫我哋啊？冇人幫嘅，澳門政府唔會幫我哋嘅。而家都未夠車租啊，唔係鳩噏啊！你可以擺喺 Facebook 又得，高登又得，擺邊喺度都得，真係啊，就係咁樣啦。爭在未喺埋架車度屙屎嘅啫。
Hi everyone, I am Luna, the host of LapStory channel. When people talk about Area A, they often mention the new reclaimed land, the future residential area, and Macau's new hope. It sounds promising, but those who have actually moved in say it feels less like a new urban area and more like a desert island. One netizen, one of the first residents to move in, lives in a 3-bedroom unit in the Tung Chuang building. He said, "The building is new, the environment is nice, and you can even see the sea. The air is fresher than in Taipa." Then he sighed. "It's just so inconvenient to get around. There are only 3 bus lines, and the service is infrequent. Sometimes I wait for half an hour without a bus, so I have to leave for work an hour earlier." Around 6 p.m. construction work stopped, and there were a few more people. However, walking on the street, all you could see were construction hoardings, yellow sand, and the sound of cranes. The whole area looked like a huge construction site. At the bus stop, 8 out of 10 people were workers wearing reflective vests, queuing up after work, some even crossing a small bridge to catch the bus. "The amenities are really inconvenient," said a construction worker passing by. "Here is only one supermarket in the whole area, and you can't even find a place to grab a coffee. You have to go out to buy groceries at night." He chuckled, looking at the plastic bags flying everywhere in the wind. "The wind is especially strong here." The only supermarket was tucked away in a corner of the building, its neon lights flickering. A young clerk behind the counter said, "In the first few days after opening, quite a few neighbors came to check it out, but the population is too small, and business is unstable. Some goods we put on the shelves don't even sell, so we don't dare order too much." A few steps further, you could see the entire Block A. The buildings were tall, but few were lit. The ground wasn't fully paved, and when the wind blew, dust swirled in your face. School let out, and several children walked with their parents along the temporary walkway beside the construction barriers. The mother kept reminding them, "Be careful, walk on the inside." Some neighbors said that living in such a new building actually made them feel a little uneasy. Grandma Wu moved here a month ago. She says, "The place is clean, the air is good, but it's too quiet. When I go out in the morning, all I hear is the sound of cranes." She smiles. "It's not that I am complaining, I just hope the road will open soon and more shops will open so there will be some life." The entire area seems to be still asleep. There are buildings, roads, and lights, but no warmth or life. There are no tea restaurants, no parks, no convenience stores, not even a place to sit and rest. At night, lights are everywhere, but people are few and far between. When the wind blows, the only sound is the whooshing of the wind. Some residents are starting to feel disheartened, leaving comments online. Junku said they would add buses and open shops before the spring festival, but it's still the same. Someone replied, "They say that, but in the end, they still have to struggle on their own." Junku's response is the same old gradual improvement. But how long will it take to gradually improve? A few months or years? Everyone knows the answer. The problem isn't insurmountable. Improving transportation, opening shops, and implementing facilities are not difficult. Unfortunately, many things only elicit a reaction after the news breaks. A little past 8 p.m., the supermarket had half its metal shutters down, leaving only a few lights on at the street corner. A bus drove by in the distance, its headlights illuminating a gray, hazy road. Lights shone from the windows of the new buildings. Some were cooking, some children were doing their homework, and some elderly people were watching television. That little bit of light, illuminating people's faces, also revealed an almost unnervingly quiet atmosphere of life. The new town is supposed to be a new district, but it has all the old problems: slow planning, poor transportation, struggling businesses, and inconvenient access for residents. From land reclamation to occupancy, from propaganda to reality, this urban dream seems far from over. Starting 6 years ago, and looking at today, 6 years later, how many more 6-year periods does one have in a lifetime? Will it prosper in another 6 years? It remains a mystery. Imagine many years from now, the street corner truly smells of bread, children downstairs can ride bicycles, buses no longer require a half-hour wait, and evening walks are lively with performances. Then people might laugh and say, "This place used to be so desolate." But when that day truly arrives, who knows how many more gradual improvements? How many temporary solutions? How many reports highlighting the insufficient infrastructure? Will it be before Jungkook remembers that people are actually living here? Right now, Area A is breathing, the sounds of wind, machinery, and construction rising and falling. Residents wait for buses, businesses wait for customers. Jungkook waits for media attention. Everyone is waiting. Waiting and waiting. Everyone might even forget what they're waiting for. Area isn't lifeless, but its vitality is too weak, as thin as paper. Jungkook says, progress is underway. Residents say, let's just hold on. If even a coffee shop has to wait 6 months for it to be arranged, then what's so new about this so-called new district life?